سلام دوستان، اسم من هست امیررضا و من امشب به شما یاد میدم چجوری. Let me do this in English. I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect tahdig, and only tahdig. Normally when you make tahdig, which is the crispy part of the rice, the bottom part, you have to make a big pot, and you know, nobody wants all that rice. And also the tahdig is the best part of the dish. Normally when you're making rice, you use these pots, these big pots, you see these, and these deeper ones. But you don't need that because this is all going to be rice and we don't want that. We just want the crispy part, the bottom part. We're going to use a pan like this to make rice, which is not traditional. I mean, the Asians do it, but that's fried rice, which is not what we're doing. When you're making rice, it's very important to keep your water and rice ratio at the right balance. Because you don't want the rice to get soggy if you have too much water. So now I'm going to take a third of a cup of rice. Now the water, which is very important to get the right amount. Normally I use the same cup that I use for the rice. They say it's 2 to 1 water generally, but for the tahdig, you need slightly less than 2 to 1, just slightly less. I don't know what that number is, but you feel it. Now it's very important the kind of rice you use. So here I have long grain basmati rice, which is relatively young. So I do have to let it sort of sit in water for about 10 minutes and let the grains sort of stretch out, get ready to get cooked. So here I'm just letting the rice sort of sit there. Now, of course, with everything, seasoning is vital. Now, salt goes without saying. You want to have sort of a slightly salty water. And it'll get cooked out and it'll get cooked into the grain, which makes it really tasty. Now, me personally, I also like to put pepper in there, sort of like a cacio de pepe, but for rice instead of for pasta. So now the rice is ready, it's settled. Now we're going to turn the heat on. I like to take the butter on this very low heat and sort of rub it on the bottom. Now, as you can see, it's cooking nice on a 4. And I'm just going to let it simmer on this without putting the top on. Now we're going to drop the temperature down to 3. All right. So now it's 3. And we're going to put the top on. Now we're going to do this for 11 minutes. Okay, so the 11 minutes are up. And now we're going to take a look at what we have. As you can tell, the rice is getting a distinct color. It's getting dark, and if you put pepper in yours like I did, you can really smell that aroma. It smells amazing. But now you really have to believe in this process because the rice looks a little unhealthy. It looks a little sick, a little gray, but it's actually cooking. It's on its way to becoming a tahdig. So right now you have to have faith in the process. And now I'm going to contain the moisture in there and keep it at the same temperature. Now it's time to check on the rice. And at this point, you can see that the rice is well cooked. And you didn't need any more water than you normally would use. Right now, it's in the process of becoming a tahdig. The rice to cook evenly because you don't want to have any excess rice, right? Because this is just a tahdig dish. And that's the beauty of the dish. You keep it on the very low heat and you do keep the top on at this point until you really notice the brownness of the rice. And you got to keep a close eye on it at this point. Now, as you can see, the rice is fully cooked and it's starting to get brown on the other side, which is great. And then we're going to slightly raise the heat from 3 to 4. And then we're going to take some of the moisture out. You can see it's tahdiging pretty nicely. And we'll just keep letting it cook until it's brown on both sides. All right. Now the tahdig is ready and we're going to take it. And as you can see, it's brown on both sides, perfectly brown on this side as it is on the other side. And now we've just cooked tahdig. Oh, you can see that it's nice and consistent. You got yourself a nice tahdig. And now I'm going to flip it and onto this plate. All right. Oh, nice. I missed it a little bit, but... And voila, tahdig.